Welcome to 23 ABC News at 11. Tonight's top stories: the two toddlers in California City are still missing. The community hoping that they will be home for Christmas tomorrow. The latest information on the search to bring the boys home safely. And while a lot of people got their holiday shopping done online, retail stores around the city were busy with last-minute shoppers. Plus, Santa's making his way to Kern County, and we are tracking him. The latest update on his location as he's working his way around the world tonight. Brandon?
Our weather looking nice and calm for Christmas Day. It's going to pick back up eventually, though. 23 ABC News at 11 starts now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 11 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 11. I'm Austin Westfall in for Jessica Harrington. The pandemic has changed many different elements of our lives, but as we found out tonight, it didn't change the rush of last-minute shoppers here in Bakersfield. Some shoppers we talked with say they were either looking to keep tradition alive, spend time with family, or as 23 ABC's Leslie Gooden reports, they just came out for some deals.
Oh man, everything went so far. It went smooth, like no problem. It was a little crowded, but it was deals all over the place, so we got it easy and it paid off.
Mark Bencourt and his family are one of hundreds of Christmas Eve shoppers to make a stop at Valley Plaza Mall to get some last-minute items on their holiday list.
Can we get this?
Shoppers tell 23ABC the mall has been packed all day, but felt safe enough to head into some of the stores. Audrey Moon says she's here because of pure procrastination.
There were a few last-minute pieces that I couldn't get on time. That was kind of my fault, so I had to come out in person to the mall. I just went to Macy's, and that was a good experience, actually. It wasn't too crowded.
According to Dillette's 2020 holiday retail survey, 65% of consumers prefer to shop online to avoid crowds. And the other percent we caught up with say they were left without a choice to shop on Christmas Eve due to the overwhelming use of online shopping.
This stuff is out of stock because I guess like everybody was trying to do some online shopping. So now I gotta come up in here and like a chicken with my head cut off and find anything I can.
And while shopping during a pandemic looks different than previous years, with customers and workers wearing masks and protective gear, that didn't stop the holiday spirit, and it was seen and felt throughout.
It felt amazing and exciting because it's the day before Christmas. I'm just happy that 2020 is almost over.
Merry Christmas!
And that was 23 ABC's Leslie Gooden reporting. Moving on, all passengers flying from England to America will need to test negative for COVID-19 before they travel. The policy starts Monday and applies to people over 5 years old. It's for travelers originating in the United Kingdom. The negative test has to have been within 72 hours of the flight. The change comes as countries around the world are imposing travel restrictions to contain a coronavirus variant that's been found in the UK. And our weekly count of new COVID cases here in Kern County is now more than 4,000 this week. Monday, we saw 948 cases of the virus reported here in Kern County. Tuesday, that number jumped into the thousands with 1,112 cases reported. Then yesterday, we're seeing 1,064 cases, and today the 1,115 brings our weekly total to 4,239 cases ahead of the Christmas holiday. Now, numbers have remained high all month long, with the county seeing an all-time high of cases reported in a single day back on December 15th. There's now more than 62,000 total cases in Kern since the pandemic started back in March. Now, no new deaths were reported today. That number remains at 485. And Christmas carolers in Napa sounded a little different last night as they weren't celebrating the season, but instead protesting COVID restrictions. Take a look. Nearly 40 singers showed up at a local park for a Defy Newsom Christmas caroling event. The carolers said that they wanted to support Napa businesses and also call out what they consider inconsistencies in the state's guidelines from for the coronavirus pandemic in response to California Governor Gavin Newsom's handling of the pandemic. Take a look.
So for Christmas, we're not supposed to sing, but we can go shopping. So there's a whole bunch of it's okay to do this and not okay to do this. So when is it okay?
Now, actor Kirk Cameron has been hosting similar events in the Los Angeles area as of late. About 100 carolers showed up at Oaks Mall in protest on Tuesday. And the pandemic made this holiday shipping season tougher than usual for the Postal Service. The amount of packages that need to be shipped, along with the number of postal employees quarantined due to the pandemic, led to some issues. The president of the American Postal Workers Union says that there are more than 18,000 workers on the quarantine list every day. That's up from 8,000 before Thanksgiving. And the Postal Service is also facing record shipping demands as nearly 4 times normal volume at some facilities. And it's now day 4 in the search for missing 3- and 4-year-olds Oren and Orson West in California City. As police, the FBI, and other agencies continue their investigation, which, according to neighbors, is taking place in the adoptive parents' backyard.
Where are the boys? Where are the boys?
Now, we heard those chants of "Where are the boys?" outside the family's house earlier tonight. According to neighbors, there was a large police presence with law enforcement searching the backyard around 9 p.m. Wednesday night. This comes as people continue to leave things at the house as a memorial just outside their home.
It's been, 4 days? It's going on 4 days. Tomorrow is Christmas.
Now, the foster parents declined an interview today, saying police advised them to stay inside. There's no word yet if this is now a criminal investigation, but be sure to follow us on our website, turnto23.com, for all the latest in the search. And police are still asking anyone who has information or may have seen the boys to call Cal City Police. That number is 760-373-8606. And a fast-moving wildfire burned 3,000 acres in San Diego County today. The creek fire burning near Camp Pendleton is 35% contained. About 7,000 residents have been evacuated, and there are no reports of damage to buildings. Camp Pendleton has issued some mandatory evacuations, but fire crews are working under difficult conditions, with the fire being fueled by strong Santa Ana winds. And coming in now, 23 ABC's meteorologist Brandon Michaels with our storm shield forecast. Brandon, no longer out of the Fox Theater. It's a little bit nicer in here, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit warmer in here inside. It wasn't too bad out there, and it's really not too bad of weather at all. Good news for Santa Claus and his reindeer tonight. Not going to have to get through any dense fog, and even the winds are dying down. So really good news for the brand in the red suit here tonight. As far as the current conditions, 42 degrees. Not really a cloud in the sky here in Kern County. A couple of clouds off to the west. In general, we're going to stay nice and clear tonight. If we see anything, it's going to be a little bit of a patchy fog to the north and west of Bakersfield, but even that's not going to be too bad. So for the rest of the night, we're going to fall down to about 36 degrees. Again, that patchy fog, a little bit on the chilly side, light northeast winds through the night tonight. For your Christmas day, things are looking pretty nice as well. It's actually going to be quite a bit warmer than it has been. 66 degrees your high temperature for tomorrow. Northwest winds 0 to 10 miles per hour, partly cloudy skies, so some sunshine in there too. The weather does pick back up though eventually, and we'll talk about that later in the show.
Brandon, here's a live look at the NORAD Santa tracker. That's right. For all you good boys and girls out there, the big guy is on his way right now. It looks like right now he's over Ogden, Utah. We've been following him all throughout the day. We saw him pass through Canada, through Bermuda. He was in Brazil earlier today. What I'm seeing right now on my screen, I'm seeing 6.6 billion with a B gifts delivered so far. If you want to find the NORAD tracker, you can go to noradsanta.org, or you can go on Facebook. 23ABC is doing a live stream coverage of that. And as we take a live look at Santa here, the NORAD tracker, that's right, for all you guys out there, the tracker is still going on. We are tracking Santa tonight. General David Crum with NORAD joined our morning show today to reflect on the process of tracking Santa. Take a listen.
It really is an amazing adventure. You know, this started back in almost 55 years ago when a department store was supposed to have a phone call into Santa. The newspaper misprinted it, and kids started calling NORAD headquarters. And Colonel Shoup just assembled a staff and said, we're going to answer the phone. And the tradition was born then. And it's been an amazing adventure. Lots of volunteers and a lot of kids. Curiosity satisfied, we hope.
Now, he says his favorite interaction is when a kid called and asked if Santa was flying, and when he answered yes, the kid asked if anyone had seen him. He told them that a family in Russia had seen Santa and that the kids should go to bed. He said the parents appreciated that. This year, he said Santa loves kids and wants to take care of the kids across the world, and Santa will be wearing a mask. We actually saw that on the NORAD website. And it's a special Christmas Eve edition of Foodie Friday. Mrs. Claus also joining the morning show today to tell us how to make her peach cobbler. Take a look.
So the first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 325. And if you can get fresh peaches, that's the best you can do. And then, of course, you put sugar on them. You let them sit so they, juice up. But this time of year, we can't do that. So I get canned peaches. I like Del Monte. They have to be sliced in heavy syrup. I use one large can, which is a 29 ounce. And then I add another small can, which is a 15 ounce can. And you pour those into your 13 by 9 baking dish. And then I have my sugar and cinnamon. Since I make a lot of these, I have these already pre-mixed. So this is my cinnamon and sugar. You spread that over the top of your peaches that are in your 13 by 9. Excuse me. And then you get a yellow cake mix. I have a Duncan Hines Classic yellow cake mix. It cannot have pudding in the cake mix. It has to be a Duncan Hines. It can be a Pillsbury, but it's a yellow cake mix, no pudding. And that you sprinkle that dry over your peaches. And then here comes the good part, okay? Because everything is better with butter. We take 2 cubes of butter, we melt them in the microwave, and then we spread that over the dry cake mix. And then again, I like cinnamon and sugar, so we have to add some more cinnamon and sugar over the top. And then you stick it in your oven for 325. You bake it for about an hour or till it's very pretty and nice and golden on top.
Now, Mrs. Claus says that tonight Santa really likes chocolate chip cookies and sugar cookies with frosting. The reindeer like carrots and magical oatmeal to help them fly throughout the world quickly tonight. And still to come on 23 ABC News at 11, some people are getting extra creative celebrating Christmas this year. The pandemic is changing everything down to the lights. Brandon?
Well, Christmas Day looking nice for us, but we are tracking a pretty big storm heading our way for next week. We'll talk about that and Christmas Day some more after the break.
Welcome back. CHP is enforcing a maximum enforcement period for this holiday weekend. The period started at 6 p.m. tonight and it will last until midnight on Sunday. CHP reminds people to drive safely. There's typically a lot of traffic near the holiday, but this is no excuse to speed, they say. CHP will also look out for impaired drivers. And 'tis the season for holiday lights, but the pandemic is making this season far from normal. An Anchorage, Alaska couple decided to run with that abnormality, and Charlie Sokaitis reports on their resulting display. Take a look.
We've seen some great light shows this holiday season, but few of them combine the joy of the Christmas holiday and what's going on with the current COVID-19 pandemic. Even fewer still have a song like this. All I want for Christmas is my 2 vaccines.
So we decided we wanted to make kind of we'll say a tribute or a lighthearted approach to the COVID pandemic. So we were kind of bored one day and said, hey, why don't we spruce up our Christmas decoration?
I think we estimated about 15 hours. It was very quick. It's 2 pieces of wood running down the length of the center, and we have the Christmas lights wrapped around the wood, and then there's 3 cardboard dividers to break up the lights, and then it's chicken wire around that and shower curtain.
So we get a lot of random cars that stop by. We have a security system. We can see people stopping and hanging out for an awkward amount of time, so we assume they're taking pictures.
People have spent a lot of time working on the vaccine, studying the virus, and trying to actually bring an end to it. And I would love to thank those people and the healthcare workers. You put lights on your house to, I guess, pardon the pun, brighten other people's day. And the reactions we've gotten have been great. People are happy to smile. People need it right now.
And here's a live look at the NORAD Santa tracker. The big guy is on his way, and right now it looks like he's over. Let's try to get. Wait, is he wearing a mask? It looks like Santa's wearing a mask this year. It looks like he's over Las Cruces, New Mexico right now, getting closer and closer to the West Coast. We've been following along in real time all night. Of course, we'll be keeping you updated on where Santa is, and if you want to follow along off the air, you can go on our website, turn23.com, or you can follow along on our Facebook feed. And a white Christmas is classified as having at least 1 inch of snow on the ground, but your chances of that happening obviously depends on where you are in the country. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration breaks it down. The northern half of the country has the best chance, in addition to the Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Nevada mountains. In fact, between 1980 and 2010, Aspen, Colorado had a 100% chance of seeing a white Christmas. The NOAA says only about a dozen other locations in the country also had that probability. And coming back out to 23 ABC's meteorologist Brandon Michaels with your Storm Shield forecast. Brandon, how's it going to be looking out there?
It's going to be looking pretty good. No white Christmas for us. I think pretty much everybody expected that. We do have a little bit of snow in the forecast, though, for our mountain communities as we head into next week. So the timing wasn't there. So no white Christmas for anybody in Kern County. This year, nice calm weather, actually, for Christmas. You can see not too much in the way of wind gusts for tomorrow, which is definitely a big change from what we saw today and yesterday. Looking at your forecast here, still a little cool tonight. So if we see any issues, it's going to be a little bit of patchy fog developing in the valley. I don't think it's going to be all that widespread. We've got pretty dry air here in Bakersfield, a little more humidity, off to the north and west. About 66, though, your high for Bakersfield tomorrow. That is pretty nice for this time of year. Air quality not too bad in the moderate range. Definitely improved quite a bit today, and no burning unless registered for tomorrow. But big changes are coming. I said the potential for snow is there as we head into next week. It's actually Sunday night into Monday. We're tracking this big upper level low. That is a strong winter storm that is going to be moving into California and Nevada, and that's going to bring us a lot of changes for Kern County. We'll talk about those here with your extended forecast. So what can we expect tomorrow? Nice calm conditions. First day of Kwanzaa on Saturday, 60 degrees, fairly calm there as well. Same with Sunday, so not a bad Christmas weekend here either. Then we get into Monday and we get a pretty good chance for some rain, which we do need here in Kern County. That's also going to come with some stronger winds too, and temperatures cooling down. Only about 53 your high on Monday, staying in the 50s for the remainder of the week from there. 7-day forecast for our mountain communities, even in the mountains, nice and calm for Christmas Day. The winds start to pick back up again on Saturday. Tiny chance for some rain on Sunday, but it's really Sunday night into Monday where that rain and the mountain snow moves in. At this point, looks like we could see snow levels as low as about 3,000 feet. So that means some accumulating snow is possible in the passes. You see those temperatures only in the 30s for Tehachapi and Fraser Park. So that could be a big travel problem as we head into Monday. But before then, things are looking pretty nice for us here in Kern County.
Brandon, thank you. One of the most famous cities in the world at Christmas looked emptier this year. Take a look. Celebrations still went on in Bethlehem, the biblical town of Jesus' birth. Crowds were limited at events at Manger Square, and thousands of people traveled to Bethlehem every Christmas. But that was not possible this year due to closed airports and travel restrictions in the region. Now, Bethlehem's economy relies heavily on visitors. The Christian charity Friends of the Holy Land estimates that 80% of Bethlehem's residents work in jobs that rely on tourism dollars. Now, there will not be trash pickup on Christmas Day tomorrow. All Friday on trash recycling and green waste services will be completed on Saturday instead. The Mount Vernon Green Waste Facility will also be closed on Christmas Day. They'll reopen at 7 a.m. on Saturday, and Christmas trees may be recycled at their facility from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday from December 26th through January 12th. Now, Christmas trees can also be recycled at Bakersfield College or the Kern County Fairgrounds from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. All ornaments, bulbs, lights, and stands must be removed from the trees before dropping them off. And the city of Bakersfield is offering a free pop-up drive-through event to help residents get rid of all that extra clutter that comes with the holidays. On January 2nd and 3rd, city residents can drop off their extra trash from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the parking lot of Era located at 100 Jewetta Avenue or at Mechanics Bank Arena located at 1001 Truxton Avenue. They will accept regular household items that don't fit in your cart, regular recyclables that don't fit into your blue cart. They will not accept hazardous waste material. And a programming note for you: tomorrow on Christmas Day, there will be no 23 ABC morning newscasts. We'll be re-airing the magnificent Mile Lights Festival from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then if you missed our annual Christmas parade, we are going to be re-airing that too from 6 to 7 a.m. If you want to watch it before then, it's also available right now on our website and on all of our streaming platforms. And later tomorrow morning, the NBA on Christmas Day returns. These are always good games. Starting at 11 a.m., be sure to tune in to watch the Warriors face the Bucks. After that, the Celtics will take on the Brooklyn Nets, and then the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks will tip off at 4:30 p.m. You can catch all of that right here on 23 ABC on Christmas Day. And coming up, your Christmas wishes may come true if you wished for the return of nacho fries at Taco Bell, how they're changing their menu. Again, that and more after the break.
And be sure to join us for 23 ABC First at 4:30. The first holiday weekend's now behind us. We've got the latest from health officials as we gear up for the new year. Plus, local coffee shops brewing up new business. We've got your weather, traffic, and more. See you here first at 4:30.
Welcome back. It's a Christmas miracle. Does your fast food craving leave you torn between nachos and fries? Well, now you can have both. Take a look. Nacho fries are back on Taco Bell's menu for a limited time, and they've been around just a few years, but the chain says they're its most popular menu item. They'll be available at participating locations a la carte or in a meal box, and Taco Bell's cinematic ads for nacho fries are coming back as well. It says the 6th installment is called The Craving and features television stars Sarah Hyland and Joe Keery. Other returning menu items include the loaded nacho taco, the taco and burrito cravings pack, and the bacon club chalupa. And coming up next, we will take one final look at your forecast. That's when 23 ABC News returns.
One more check of your weather here. Again, things looking good for Santa Claus tonight here in Kern County. Here in Bakersfield, at least no wind whatsoever for him to worry about. Visibility's at 10 miles. That is perfect. Temperature's even not too bad at this point, 42 degrees. So looking pretty good right now and looking pretty good for our Christmas day as well. We'll go through the day planner. A little bit of patchy fog early in the morning. Good amount of sunshine. A little bit more cloud cover as we head later in the day. Already by noon, we're looking at temperatures getting up to about 61 degrees, which is already above average for this time of year. It's going to be a nice warm Christmas day. 66 degrees your high by about 2 p.m., 65 by 4, finally starting to cool down a little bit, but still in the upper 50s by the time the sun sets. So it's a really nice day for Christmas Day, nice and calm. We do get some more active weather as we head later in the forecast. We're going to start to see some rain, some snow moving in as we head into the day on Monday. We'll take a quick peek at that right now. About a 50% chance of rain on Monday. The snow levels in the mountains down to, at this point, it looks like 3,000 feet. So a good amount of snow possible as well. We'll have more details on that in the coming days as we get closer to that system. So that's kind of the bad news in the forecast. But the good news here, Austin, we are looking at a nice, beautiful day for us on Christmas.
A good day possibly for some nacho fries, Brandon.
Oh, of course. Everyone's favorite.
Always a good time for some nacho fries. I also want to check in, Brandon, while we're here. The Santa Tracker, we've been waiting for him to come to California. Right now, he's in Ensenada, Mexico. Very shortly, we're expecting Santa will be coming through. Anyway, we do want to sign off for the night. Jimmy Kimmel Live is coming up next. To stay up with the latest and greatest happening in and around Kern County, you can go to our website, turn to 23.com. We'll see you again in the morning.